You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM. The most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey. The most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
They confuse us with so much life. Not even thinking that we will realize ostracized. We don't know who to trust. That's why I say, Lord, please listen to this prayer that comes from the Lord. Please send us another Moses again. Oh, we just can't go on this way. Please deliver us today. Time to make them oppress us pay. So
our school skits getting on. We're fighting, making porn. Our school girls, you won't believe. Live MMA, they're pulling weave. Check the vibes, they're living by. Dance all slackness, get rich or die. Alkaline to Movado. Mention maestro, they don't know. No morals, no ethics. There is a centrifugal black hole. Lord, we must move quick to wake their conscience and save their soul. So long we've been hearing evil triumphs when good men do nothing. No triggers pump while words be frotting, and while church attendance real low. Protest back plus them casino, while black market prices haggling. Through a port with big guns they smuggling. Spanish women are hot like their music. Saucy salsa, human traffic trend they go. We can't wait. The devil making hay while we sleep. Tell them talk is cheap. We're caught in the world when we have to reap. While we look on them as more mothers who weep. We're caught in the world when we have to reap. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, Now the nation's soul has been revealed. How they find Shannon Banfield. Busy street, yes, in our city. Killed by beasts who show no pity. Now there's fear and trepidation. What is happening to our nation? So I pray this one infraction will propel us into action. Trend they go. The time is now. We have to take our country back while these monsters flow. We cannot run from their attack. That is why I'm still saying, time to stand up and be counted. Our young girls, they're being hunted, not for jobs by institutions, but by clubs for prostitution. While from you gas, some arranging on the seas, cargo exchanging in the Gulf, drugs, guns and women, and the Coast Guard cannot stop them. Trend they go. The time is now. Look how the murder rate leap. Tell them talk is cheap. We're caught in the world when we have to reap. Before more of our daughters they put us to sleep. We must stop this world when we have to reap. Time to stand up and be counted. We must defeat this threat they've mounted. We cannot wait for no messiah. Like zero fiddling through the fire. But while the flames we keep romancing, the grim reaper keeps advancing across the land. He casts his shadow, flashing victims to the marrow. Trend they go. The time is now. Look how the price we paying don't steep. While some labor keep. We're caught in the world when we have to reap. We need a fresh new broom for a broad crime sweep. Must stop this world when we have to reap. Save our land, Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I say you get up one morning, your elders have something. You don't know how they get it, but you want to use it. But if you ask them old people to get the things what they went through, ask them this any day, and your parents sure to say, black man have to keep on jamming, or black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're able to get a pulley and jam with the devil. Why? Black man have to keep on jamming, or black man to get a little something. Make up your mind, brother, that you're ready to swim offshore and hold your boat steady. Black man have to keep on jamming, or black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something with a dragon, now you keep watching, because I don't tell you already. Black man do get nothing easy. say you get up one morning, and oil money running. How it come you don't know, so that it care how the thing go. But if they read about Uriah, they wanna find out the pressure. How we get so much old hell to get a penny from TLL. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to make money out of scrap iron. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that eagle eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. We got up one morning, independence happening, getting the thing come easy. Now they're taking liberty, but if they know about petition, we have to send to England for some woman to tell we in this colony free. Black man have to keep on jabbing, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. People hold you, humiliate you, turn on and sell you, and then they free you. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. So when you hear you get a little something, with that dragon eye you keep watching, because I don't tell you already, black man don't get nothing easy. So when a black man gets something, he got to start thinking to get it there easy. He got to practice economy, from getting licks from the slave master to become the land owner. Brother, it's a terrible journey, back with plenty brutality. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to rise up, you got to stand up, pick up your mind, you will always stay on top. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to go to conference in England to get independence in your own land. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. You got to take up your own cash money, pay people for your own refinery. Black man have to keep on jamming, for black man to get a little something. Make up your mind to be a magician, to
keep me as the apple of thine eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wing, O Lord, my Savior. It's so hard to deal with personal struggle. It's so sad when you feel alone in your trouble. It's real hard when you want to talk to a brother. It's so bad because of how some look at you after. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Cover my head. Satan want me dead. Cover my back from human attack. So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. People see you smile, but don't know the hurt that you're feeling. Even as God's child, at times your heart does be bleeding. Where can you go when you're really looking for healing? Who know how to flow when your soul needs some restoring? So Jesus, come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Come and be while you fix it. Jesus, come and be. Come and be home. sister, them who under pressure. Cover, 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 cover the preacher, every church worker, the young believer. Cover, 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 the worship leader and intercessor, every gospel minister. Cover, cover, cover. Jesus alone is the one who have the real answer. The one on the throne is the true and loving Father. He will hold your hand and keep you from going under. He will make you stand and let you know he's a fixer. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover me, man. You know the struggle sometimes. Cover me out, that the wrong thing wouldn't come out. Oh Lord, cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Cover me while you fix it. Jesus, cover me. Cover the Christian in the midst of aggression with the power of your right hand. Jesus, cover, cover, cover them helpless children. Jesus, defend them. Send help from heaven. Jesus, cover, cover, cover all them radio stations that blessing the nation. Grant divine protection. Jesus, cover, 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 cover me, cover me, cover me.
Truer words were never spoken. The less you associate with some people, the more your life will improve. Anytime you tolerate mediocrity in others, it increases your mediocrity. An important attribute in successful people is their impatience with negative thinking and negative acting people. As you grow, your associates will change. Some of your friends will not want you to go on. They will want you to stay where they are. Friends that don't help you climb will want you to crawl. Your friends will stretch your vision or choke your dream. Those that don't increase you will eventually decrease you. Consider this. Never receive counsel from unproductive people. Never discuss your problems with someone incapable of contributing to the solution, because those who never succeed themselves are always first to tell you how. Not everyone has a right to speak into your life. You are certain to get the worst of the bargain when you exchange ideas with the wrong person. Don't follow anyone who's not going anywhere. With some people you spend an evening. With others, you invest it. Be careful where you stop to inquire for directions along the road of life. Wise is the person who fortifies his life with the right friendships. If you run with wolves, you will learn how to howl. But if you associate with eagles, you will learn how to soar to great heights. A mirror reflects a man's face, but what he is really like is shown by the kind of friends he chooses. The simple but true fact of life is that you become like those with whom you closely associate, for the good and the bad. Note, be not mistaken. This is applicable to family as well as friends. Yes, do love, appreciate, and be thankful for your family, for they will always be your family, no matter what. Just know that they are human first, and though they are family to you, they may be a friend to someone else and will fit somewhere in the criteria above. In prosperity, our friends know us. In adversity, we know our friends. Never make someone a priority when you are only an option for them. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception. It is a prevailing attitude.
Yes, 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 yes. Let me say a special hello to all the WZYE 95.9 FM listeners. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, it's the one and only in the village, with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we come to you Hold on. Yeah, Bisram.
Yeah, I put something there, a very important thing.
Hold on. Yeah, hold on. Call back. We now start. Call back. All right? Yeah. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, yes, the one and only in the village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget. It doesn't matter what color t-shirt you have on. You have on a gray t-shirt, a purple t-shirt, an orange t-shirt. Doesn't matter what planet you're from. Mazatanians, Xenaranians, Sunaranians. Each and every one is welcome in the village on WZYE 95.9 FM. And this is how we start eating.
It have our place, WZYE, where they treat you like friends and family. So if you're looking for a place to belong, going WZYE, you could come along. If you have haste, come with me. We do have dad on WZYE, Santa Medite.
Yeah, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. And as we always say, we're the only program on the planet that's dedicated to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, where we have an oath to you, the people, that we will bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Take a listen.
Ansam LeBon and Marshall Nesbitt solemnly swear to conduct this radio program in a true, fair, and balanced manner, ensuring that all perspectives are given equal consideration and that the information presented is objective and unbiased. We pledge to provide a platform where diverse voices can be heard, fostering open and constructive dialogue that serves the best interests of our audience and community. Our commitment is to uphold the principles of journalistic integrity and ethical broadcasting throughout the duration of this program. Thank you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Our oath/pledge to you, the people. I will bring you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Let me bring in my pal, the young man, the one and only, the man commonly known as Uncle Tommy. Tommy, welcome.
Good evening, Wall Street. How are you doing today?
I am doing fantabulous and splendiferous, marvelous, tremendous, wonderfulicious, splentastic, splentacular.
That's fabulous.
You can't be that at all, Tommy. So how was the day, Tommy? How was the day?
Well, I had therapy today, like I usually do on some of these days.
Right.
I mean, I'm not enjoying the weather because I'm a sun man. This I know. But I'm coping.
The cold weather stop affect. Well, I have stopped letting the cold weather affect me. I mean, some people because of the circumstances that affect them more, right? But like today, I was out on the track training a young man, even though it was somewhat raining. So
there was a time I didn't mind it being cold because when it was cold, I made more money. That's when I was on that. But at this stage of my life, I could do without the cold.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. And so what I just do in trying to inspire the kids that I train to be the best they can be. Weather doesn't affect us with training. The only weather that will have an effect is if there's snow on the track. And sometimes if there's snow on the track, I get a shovel and I shovel one of the lanes. You understand? So I don't let them let the weather affect.
So wait, if you shovel a lane, how many How many meters is that you have to shovel?
400 meters.
Goodness.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't envy you.
nah. If you have a few kids, you could get that done quickly.
Oh, okay. Teamwork.
Yeah. It's a kind of a teamwork, you know. You get the kids, you get a shovel, you tell them, all right, listen, we're gonna shovel lane 1. And we shovel lane 1, and you know, we do your workout.
Nobody can pass nobody can pass nobody.
Right. You just can't pass nobody. Correct is right. You can't pass nobody. You know, you could just and for me, Tommy, that's how I just inspire the people that I train in that. Don't let the weather make you decide whether you're going to be a success or a failure. Bijram, welcome. Bijram, welcome. Bijram, yeah.
I post a video that you could take a look at it there with the fire with Lisa Morris.
Okay.
You see it?
I saw it coming. I go take a look at it.
PLM stalwarts.
Yeah.
Dying on fire.
Right.
Trap. You see it?
Yeah. I saw parts of the video. I didn't see the whole thing.
Oh, I said the whole thing there. You could take a look at it, right?
All right.
You could post it up. Right.
All right.
Cool. A lot of people may be aware of it now. So you could just post it up if you want. Take a look. Right?
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bless.
Yeah, sad day.
You know, Tommy, I was saddened to see that people are politicizing the death of someone. Yes. Anyway, let me don't get to that. Let me stay. Let me get to the chat, and then let me finish the discussion, and we go get to that. So yeah, Tommy, I don't allow weather to influence the athletes that I train. Rain never stop any one of my athletes from training. When it's raining and they know we have a session at 3:00, don't even call me and say, coach, it's raining. Them just do the show up on the track. Make sure you have a rain weather jacket or whatever it is, a hat on your head, and we're going to take care of business. If it's the only time we don't train is like if it's 20 degrees and under. We kind of stay away from outside when it's 20 degrees or under. But other than that, nah, yeah, the show. KFC, welcome.
Hi, good night, Mr. Washington, Uncle Tommy.
Good night, man.
Good night, KFC.
KFC.
Your Wi-Fi is faulty.
Uncle Tommy.
You're going in and out.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know.
Yes. I want to say, I see the Prime Minister run up there. Quick, want to go die before train would die. They show no passion, nobody train them. A pianist member died, so they run up this. So that trainer would already keep it to that trainer and to be able to keep on the friends and family. But that same passion I show for the minister, I show that for the citizens too, you know. I will check back in, Mr. Worship.
Yeah, man.
I give me all the problems here.
All right, bless. Yeah, so to me, I just sometimes well, you know, they say I had to lead by example. So I go and run rain, sun, shine. If there's snow on the track, I used to go and run on the track with snow on it, man. And to me, that's better because I running on the sand track. You know? So, you know, I like to lead by example. Let's go into the chat. Hanif, Mr. Intellectual was first in. Good evening.
First.
Yeah, good evening, Prawn, Uncle T, and all villagers. I hope it was a blessing for you all, in spite of being a mournful Monday. Yeah, it was a mournful Monday. And it says, when we support incompetence, underfunding, and lack of empathy, when we are dismissive of the cries of a people, when it hits home, I hope we understand what they are saying all the time. You know, most of the times, Tommy, things are not fully understood until it comes to your doorstep.
There's a crisis.
Yes, yes. You really, you know what that's like, Tommy? That's like when they robbed the Singh. You understand? He he now understood what a normal citizen face when they get robbed.
This is much more serious than that.
Yeah. I agree with that. But I think we should separate the both of them, eh? We should separate the loss of life from the politics, in my estimation. You know, and you don't want to use the using of our life in the wrong way. Let me put it that. Let me put it that. I'm trying to be politically correct here. Because I think sometimes it seems like we as Trinidadians, we don't have a line. You understand what I'm trying to say, Tommy?
I'm trying. You're saying we don't have a line?
We do have a line, a proverbial line that we say, you know what? I'm
Cross.
not crossing that line.
Mm-hmm.
I have a limit or a line that I'm crossing. It seems like we just cross the line to see what will happen, to see what will be the reaction. You know, as we always said previously, Tommy, everyone has a price.
True.
Now, many people say, nah, everybody don't have a price. Every single human being have a price. Tommy, you agree or disagree?
I agree. Whether it's
So,
cash or kind.
say that again?
Whether it's cash or in kind.
Whatever it is. Whatever it is. And I think, Tommy, everyone should have a line that you're not going to cross and you're not going to allow other people to cross, even though that's their opinion. And I think that line goes along with integrity. You have to have some type of integrity. And there are many people who say they have integrity, but it's only talk. The actions doesn't say that. Let me continue in the chat. Hanif said there is a man, who have been prophesying on the radio. I guess his words are coming to pass. Mr. Intellectual, who you talking about, boy?
Yes, the appraisers.
Yeah. Appraisers. Who you talking about there? Michael Lewis, welcome. Good night to you. Bijram, welcome. Bijram says, good day, Uncle Tommy on Wall Street. All listeners locked on Sherry Live. Today menu, curry body with conchs, sada roti and sorrel. All right. No curry body. Conchs. Is that what he used to sell around the savannah, Tommy?
No, that is oysters.
All right, oysters. All right,
Conch is another shellfish, but you ever hear about lambi?
I hear about it.
That's conchs.
Well, lambi have other purposes, right?
Well,
lambi supposed to have some other potent purposes, right?
Right. All these shellfish supposedly have all these aphrodisiac qualities or whatever.
And conch is one of them. Lambi is one of them.
Yeah.
Or conch is not one of them.
Conch is lambi. Lambi is the big conch.
So conch is the small conch and lambi is the big conch.
Well, all of it is conch.
So if you want a conch, you want lambi.
You want lambi. Yeah. You want lambi.
I don't ever think I had that. You had lambi and conch. You had both of them.
Well, it's one and the same. I had it.
No, I never had it. That's why I actively run around the savannah because I used to see them doing that run around the savannah and
And the only savannah that is oysters.
oysters. Oh, where does catch oysters? You gotta go out.
In the sea.
Out? No, you gotta go out. You can't catch them close in. You gotta go out.
I know if it's so far, in some places it's not so far out.
And conch and lambi is the same thing. You gotta go out there to catch them too.
It's all in the sea.
It's like in a shell like.
Yeah, shellfish. Both are shellfish.
Oh, shellfish. Oh, no. I know about that. I know about that. We know about that in Chumaka, but I never had it. We know about that. Yeah, we know about that. I know about conch and I know about lambi. I know about conch. I hear about it. I know about lambi. And I hear about conch.
Lambi is conch.
Huh?
Lambi is conch.
Yeah, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Yeah. Gordon Joseph says, good evening. To all of things change is because it always can, but one should not change for the same thing or worse. Okay. Tommy Mohammed, welcome. Good night, Professor Walshit and Uncle Tommy and all listeners.
I like Gordon, you know. Gordon working hard, boy. Gordon, one of these days, if I decide that I ever going to go back in the business, I'm going to hire you. Because you're a hard worker.
What are you working hard doing?
Well, he's working on a narrative.
Tommy, you said the man working hard on a narrative?
Yes.
And that's why you go hire him, because you're working hard on a narrative?
Yeah, I like his dedication.
Oh, dedication to he stay one course, right?
That's what I like.
Oh, all right. Like when he goes to the Waffle House, you know he go waffle, right? And he just consistent with his behavior.
You know exactly what he's ordering.
All right. I ain't gonna argue for that. COP, welcome. COP. Welcome.
Wall Street and Uncle Tony.
Yeah, good night.
Good night, sir.
Wall Street.
Yeah.
You don't go out in the sea to get oyster. Oyster, you get oysters on mangrove, and oysters don't be in the sea like a fish. You get in the shop out for rocks and things. You get them over there, you go to a knife and you go dig it out. You go dig out and things. But I had to go over here now, call back this now.
All right.
So you saying the oysters is near to the shore?
Yeah, that's why I asked that. COP, KFC, yeah.
Good night, Uncle Tommy, man. You hear me now loud and clear?
Yeah, we hear you loud and clear.
Today, Mr. Washington, I kept the concord by me. You know the man around the bridge with the fixed TV and thing?
Yeah.
So when I go on, I see a big crowd by the MP office. You know me, I go my co and see what's going on. They get out hampers. They get on some butter bread and all kind of thing. Wrong there. I know what's going on. The election in here, the gas stop election.
Nah, Christmas. It's Christmas. Christmas.
It's Christmas, that Christmas hamper.
I Christmas hamper, yeah. Christmas hamper.
Oh.
Hey, but KFC, let me ask that question. KFC, between Phil Gerald and Keith Scotland, if you had to take a choice, who would you take? Just to say, not for voting or anything. If you had to pick one, then which one you go take?
I put them in the gloves of Parade and bury them politically. Because President Skip Scotland is VMP, and he's doing nothing in the area right now.
Okay. KFC, that's a good one.
That's a big failure right now. Mr. Washington.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All about that political leader, nothing better than none, no.
Correct is right. I like that one. I like that one.
This country.
Yeah.
So me thinking there, but I see. I went down there. I see jump out the vehicle. So I went to talk. I said, "Oh, MP, can I talk to him? I can't talk to you right now, man. I'm busy. I cannot hampers." I said, why do we take out the hamper, man? He said, I put on my name, man.
You put on your name?
But Wall Street, right? I these schools I had. Not I take. I put them on the man, take the hamper. What is the right time? Take the thing and throw them out. After 9 years, you could come to Mama Candy people and them and give them hamper and bread and all kind of thing. Under all that sufferation.
Yeah.
So I'm to the Wally timing and certain spiritual like this and thinking, why doesn't them kind of thing?
Now Christmas special, man. Special doing Christmas.
Christmas special where people pack up like antsy. Yeah, I take some videos. I was trying to show you how the people them line up and and pass goal and them like the ball and hungry people there.
Nah, not hungry people in Trinidad. You matter. Everybody nice. People nice.
Everyone hungry people. Is anybody possible and in the 1,000 waiting for hampers? Not so.
Yeah, correct is right.
Everybody had a good Christmas home. And then going by the MP office looking for hamper and bread and all them kind of things and big sack of flour.
Yeah, man.
Mr. What? When I tell you the PNM really evil and wicked, since Dr. Rowley come in power, you see the kind of crime going on in this country about
a
minister there that you 2 children and Wall Street.
Yeah,
that's not normal, you know.
But listen, let's not categorize it as a crime. That's an accident.
Accident? This man is the Antichrist, Mr. Walsh. You know that he had him in the place. I look to listening, but people that wake up and share they see what's going on in this country under this guy, you know. The last man put him out of parliament, they see what's going on with him. Like he too close to Mason Hall. Man come out and tell you, boy, they do black magic, Mr. Walsh. Everybody had a spiritual background in them. Also, you go up in a spiritual home too, right?
Nah. Nah.
I go.
Yeah, man, bless. Yeah, reporter, welcome.
Yeah, brother Tommy and brother Wall Street. Good night, brother.
Good night.
To you, my brother.
Yeah, KFC, good night, boy. Tell the people then the truth, boy. Everybody in the community, boy, then PNM nothing, boy. That's what they're saying, boy. Nothing, boy. Like they talk right now, nothing, boy. You see how that MP ball out this morning on social media when Rowley get his judgment, so next year, please God, he will ball louder than that. Louder than that. There's nothing they could do to convince the population to work forward with them. Look at that piece of arrogance he hit me Tuesday going there in that press conference. You close to a general election and moving like if we have to work with you. You can't badmouth the opposition no more. You do all kind of things to the opposition. You lie on them. You do all kind of things. Right now it's we turn. You try everything to see if we will allow you to be a Papa Doc here, to bring you like Haiti. No, we're not going through that. We're not going through that with you. For instance, you working for 50-something, that with all the youth and them, Wall Street and brother Tommy, what them youth and them talking about now. I won't live that man living in the same country with me because if you get $56,000 or $59,000 a month and they come and raise it up to $87,000 a month, he cannot be living in the same place with that kind of money tax-free. Will you try to tell the people this is one of the grounds we are going to vote vigorously and hard against him? Just for that. The people will destroy him for that. In every corner. Look care what the PNM try to do and say in this country right now. Dr. Rowley is one of the most hated prime minister in the history of the Caribbean. Every little people talking about this man all about I did drive taxi and your people in the car talking. The other woman want to come back home the car in St. James right by Marva and Travis Road by Mario's there picture up around there. When I do so, the man talking and you hear the woman, Mr. Man, just take off that man's voice. I said, what do you mean by that? You ain't paying for radio. Yeah, she just take it off if you want to continue traveling with me. I just show you, and she's telling me she is a PNM, but she's not a Rowley PNM. She's not a Rowley PNM. So what put PNM on notice? You're braced for that result or you're going to get. Make sure all your paperwork have a proper trail because all the thief, all they say, come not them thief and all the lie, all they say they lie and the this and the that. Remember they lived through 9 years, going on 10 years, and not one of them have been affected by the allegation that you all used in 2015 against these people. So I want you to know, if you come out of office, I wonder if you could make 9 months without going up and down the courthouse and without signing a copybook in police station, just like how your policies bring the children of the nation to be signing in station because they make a bad move trying to survive the wrong way. And I want the PNM to know is the policies that destroy Trinidad and Tobago. And anybody coming besides the PNM and change the policies of the country is going to change for the better. So young people, this borderline and this gang thing and this war thing, all they're done with that. Done with that. Don't let Dr. Rowley have all your sacrificing all your community to give his strength. That is what these politicians, some of them just do, deal in dirty work, sustain power. Why you feel that leave some dangerous pothole all over the country? That is a capture accidents. Enough people die in this country by pulling from pothole and dodging from pothole. That does only benefit these wicked, nasty politicians and them who like to boast, but they're from close to Lekito. And the last man who put me out of here, you see how we end up? I had to always sound like this because we're not going to forget nothing Dr. Rowley did to us in the last 9 going on 10 years. Good night, my brothers.
Thank you. Thank you, reporter. Thank you, reporter. Tommy Mohammed says, Caribbean Soul, welcome. Albert Montano, nice to see you, my brother.
Hey, how you doing up there in Canada, Albert?
Yeah, Albert say good evening, Ansem and Tommy and the village. Albert is always nice to have you, boy. Albert is our senior resident here in the village. Wall Street, it's so alleged Hope Party and COP decide to join NTA instead. Really? You feel so? All right, we go call and find out if that is true. COP, you hear about that?
What? Is that hold on there?
Hope Party and COP deciding to join NTA instead. You hear about that?
I hear them much Wall Street. Repeat it.
Here what it is. Caribbean Soul say Wall Street, it's alleged that Hope Party and COP deciding to join NTA instead.
The whole party, well, I see that on the screen.
Yeah.
To join the NTA.
Yeah, Hope and COP to join NTA instead.
Well, that would only be 21 citizens of this country in 2 political parties.
COP, you're wicked, man.
That's just about it. 21 person in 2 political parties join collaboration. They're reaching nowhere.
COP, you're wicked.
Yeah, they're reaching nowhere. I would tell them try to do better. Try to do better. But
back to the Kongs thing. Educate me.
These oyster people and them, well, the oyster people them that I know, that is big oysters and things. You get for more mangrove and things. They pull along the branch in the water and leave the branch down in the water over there, and the little oysters will stick on that branch and grow right over there and rocks and things. In the sea when the shore, when the tide come in, it cover the rock on them, and when go back out, you could go back over there and you could dig oysters and things, but oysters doesn't really be like a fish in the sea and things. It's be on rocks and branch and all them kind of things.
What about conchs?
Yeah, well, conchs is being deep sea. That is be on the ground.
What is being deep sea?
That will be on the ground.
Okay.
Feeding on all the little particles and mess and fish poo and all them things. They feed on that on the ground.
And people see that?
Conchs?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
But feeding on fish poo and all kind of thing?
By shrimps, they eat shrimps too. You never eat conchs?
No, I never eat conchs.
Well, when you come down south over here, you have to eat a nice dal and rice, and now you are a vegetarian.
Yeah, I hear about lambi.
You are a vegetarian.
You hear about lambi? I hear about lambi.
Yeah, all them things is nice thing. All them things, your girlfriend will like you. Your wife will love you too bad when they eating them things. Chip water and all them things. Herring tea. Yeah. Your wife will love you. You want to know what's going on with you. What's going on with you all of a sudden.
I guess some lambi, baby.
So the people and them who is not vegetarian, well, let's try that. You and the lady quarreling, go and drink some fish water and quarreling to stop. Go stop immediately. You will like it. But Wall Street and listeners of WAZ TV and radio, our country in a crisis. Our leaders our leader that we have in this country is so rude and so disrespectful to the citizens who put them over there. Dr. Rowley classify that fire and that death. Uncle Tony, that is not an accident. That is the evil that roam in this land. That is spiritual wickedness in high and low places. I'll leave that right there. But our Prime Minister said this is one of the saddest things in our national history. How that could be the most saddest and the most darkest day in our history? Oh, a woman playing Wonder Woman and want to run in a fire and lose your life, and that is the saddest thing. The stab of a Muslim woman 2-3 days ago, I think it's 2 nights ago. Take $10,000 from she. That was very sad too, Dr. Rowley. And it's so sad to know that what we vision on national television, Wall Street, and listeners throughout the world, all those ministers and them flock around that building by that resident. Dr. Rowley, how it is the citizens of this country who paying property tax, who paying all the tax in this country when the children lose their life, you and your ministers doesn't be there. Why it is all of those who show that appreciation and condolences by these homes and them? How will they do that? Only when somebody in all your party that probably holding all your political secrets is the saddest thing. It is not the saddest thing when someone hold political secrets for the political party when they pass away is the saddest thing. That is not the saddest thing, Dr. Rowley. It can never be. The 600 citizens of this country that lose their life, that is much more sadder than 3 persons lose their life. Who playing Wonder Woman and want to run in fire? You're not a superhero.
But COP,
you're supposed to leave it to the police.
But COP, let me ask you a question though. Can you understand that you as a father and your kids in a house, boy, that you ain't gonna run in the house even though you know you might lose your life, boy? Let me look at it from that perspective now. You as a parent.
The father run out the house.
No, but I'm asking you a question. You as a parent, COP, you have your 2 kids in the house and the house burning. And you go just sit on outside and wait and say, you know what, boy? That fire go just had to burn them and I go stand up outside, boy. I'm asking you a question. Put politics aside. Put politics aside.
Well, then if you're Superman, or you're Batman and Robin, you will run in. If you know you have a fire guard,
so
you will run in. It
what
is
you
nice
saying?
to know.
Well, no, let me ask you something. What are you saying? If your house on fire and your kids in the house and the house burning down, you could just leave them inside there and don't run in and try to save them.
According to Texas laws, Wall Street, according to Texas laws, I rather hold silence. I rather be silent on that.
No, COP, I want to ask that question, because we have to take the politics out of it. Because COP, I can tell you right now, if my house on fire and my wife in the house and my kids in the house, I run in back in the house to save them.
Well, I will tell you, I will do that. I will do that.
I doing that.
And risk myself too.
Yeah.
But why I mentioned that is for the Prime Minister and his whole entourage to run down by the house and say it is one of the most saddest things.
Right.
In our history.
I hear you. That's something totally different. I just
that is why I mentioned that part.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I was only sarcastic. In bringing Wonder Woman and all them things in it.
Okay. All right.
But the Prime Minister and all the entourage, when the father and daughter get murdered in Rio Claro somewhere down there, Moruga there, I expect to see the whole entourage.
All right.
When this Muslim old lady something yes stab up for $10,000, I expect the whole entourage to be down there.
All right, COP, we gotta go for the break. We gotta go for the break.
All right.
Right,
Yeah,
man.
8 on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
all right.
Yeah. Folks, we're gonna go for the break. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We'll be right back. Stay on stay.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
Back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Wall Street, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Don't forget, folks, share the live, WZYE 95.9 FM on Facebook and X. Of course, subscribe, WZYE TV on YouTube. And you can reach us here at 973-868-1444. That's 973-868-1444.
That's also at 973-609-6509. Also at 973-609-6509. Text and voice notes are also welcome. Remember, these are WhatsApp numbers, so use them.
Go ahead, Tommy. Go ahead. Sorry.
And share the live. Don't forget, share the live.
Yeah. Tommy, I just want to put things in perspective. Volsang, welcome. JB Harper, welcome. You take this call. Mr. Intellectual, welcome.
Hello?
Mr. Intellectual, you're on.
Hello?
Yeah, you're on. You're inside.
Blessed evening, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Uncle T. I hope that the therapy went well.
Yes, sir.
Miss you guys yesterday.
Thank you. Yeah.
Do a little special something. So I had to be out. And I didn't have reception there, so I couldn't. But I taken a little part of it when I came back home. I went back and I listened to a piece of the program.
No.
But this morning was a real distressing morning. And I had to go to the market in Arima this morning, and all of Arima was disturbed. And when I asked what was happening, they started to describe what it is went on and stuff like that and things. And it was really shocking because when they said what they were saying about how the incident happened and stuff like that and things, the first thing came to mind was we have a fire station on Green Street, and Susano Street is not far from it. It might take you 2 or 3 minutes. Even walking, it might take you about 4 minutes from Green Street to Susano Street. And the place was burnt and people died. I don't know if the fire service got the information on time and whatever. It's a sad thing. Any life that is lost is a sad thing. But you know what is more sad? That the fire service wasn't able to protect family or a family in distress at that short distance. Whatever the reason is, I really don't care. I think the fire service failed. And if the fire service failed, then the people who are in charge of the fire service and those who are in charge of those people fail. Walshita said something earlier on that we should have a line, right? And yes, I agree with that. But there is something that we fail to understand. That politics affects every aspect of our life.
Correct.
Every single aspect of our life.
100% correct.
The kind of leaders that we choose.
Yes.
How our country is run.
Yes.
By those whom we elect or select to be in authority. These are the people who are responsible for the things that happen in our country that makes the population move in a certain direction. Some may be a little more independent thinkers than others. I may want to see change. I may want to do things differently. But they may not have the facilities to do it. The sad thing about it is the majority of the people who are not affected by the politics of this world is the people and them who orchestrates the politicians. They manipulate the whole system. They are not affected. But the general population, every single day, everything that they do, everything that they need, all their wants and their desires is affected by the politics of a nation. And I will leave it at that. Gentlemen, have a blessed evening. It's good hearing you all today.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah. You see?
Which is true. Everything is politically.
Yeah, everything. Yeah, I agree. Everything is.
The food, the water.
Yeah.
The roads, everything.
Yeah, everything is politically motivated. I agree.
Even church life and all.
Yeah, Mr. Florida, welcome.
Hello?
Yeah, you're inside.
Hello, Mr. Anselm?
Yeah, you're inside. Go ahead.
I hear you very softly.
Check your thing because we all the way up here.
All right, well, I hear you good now. All right.
Okay,
Good night,
cool.
Mr. Anselm. Good night, Mr. Tommy. Good night to all the callers, all the texters, everybody on the live. Glad to see you guys. Glad to see my family alive and back to our show. So, Mr. Anselm, there is a sad situation with that fire and the people, burn and die.
Yeah.
It reminds me, I think last year with the same family who perished in fire also. Sometime last year, there was a family with the children who perished in the fire. But the question I had to ask, even self, if the fire department was on time, do you think they have the proper resources to stop the fire and to free those people? Don't you think that the wooden ladders might have catch a fire? Do you think when they turn on for water, they mightn't get water? So that is the question we had asked ourselves. Even if they respond on time, do they have the proper facilities? And we've set the proper infrastructure around this country they call Trinidad and Tobago to prevent something like that? Do they have the equipment to break down a wall without causing physical harm to the building? No, they don't have none of those things. Because in a flat house, or even in a two-story house, most of the places in Trinidad is two-story house. They have equipment, just like here in America, you have equipment. They will cut a hole on the wall quick and have a form of escape if they could. But that is the question we have to ask ourselves. Do this country called Trinidad and Tobago have the proper facilities and infrastructure to prevent a fire, to save lives? Because I would tell you, no. That is my belief. So even if they was on time, I don't think them people would have make it. Because even the crime rate in Trinidad, the officers and them only know how to do is to, all right, your tint too dark. You didn't have a seatbelt. The tail light out. That is the only crime them could solve. They can't solve no other crime. So Trinidad and Tobago overall, every institution that's supposed to protect and serve and help the people don't have the proper infrastructure and equipment, and we're not up to standards. So look on listening, Mr. Anselm, Mr. Tommy. Great show as usual.
Thanks. Tommy, in this situation, I am, first of all, we here at WZYE send condolences to the family of the MP because it is a sad day when a mother and children perish. It is just a sad day. Because, Tommy, you know what I do? I have a tendency to do this, right? I just put myself in the position of other people. For example, right? You know, when I look at other young ladies, right? The first thing I think about is my daughter, and the next thing I think about is my wife.
Absolutely.
Right? So that keeps me in perspective. When I look at young men, right? I think about my son. It keeps me grounded, right? And it keeps my eye on the prize. You know, so when I look at the young lady losing her life, and they said that she ran back into the house to try to save her 2 kids, if that is the scenario, you know, I fully understand why. I fully understand. And you're not thinking, Tommy, that you go back in the house and you go get burning. You're thinking to go and save your kids. That's what you're thinking. You know, and I think most right-minded thinking people, Tommy, the right-minded thinking people will think the same thing. Will agree.
It's a spur of the moment decision you have to make. Do I do nothing or do I do something?
Yeah, you know, you just had to make a decision to do something. You know what I mean? And you ain't thinking about if I go burn me up or I go dead, you know. You thinking I trying to save my kids. Let's take this one. Yeah, KFC. KFC.
Hello, Mr. Wall Street.
Yeah, you're inside.
Hold on, Murder, yeah. I taking outside the box, Mr. Wall Street now. Mr. Wall Street, yeah, me loud and clear?
Loud and clear.
Well, Mr. Wall Street, the Honorable Prime Minister, I'm not calling Honorable Prime Minister tonight here. I Mr. Wall Street, you know that old man, the Persian and fire, some in Lavanti there, and that hydrant closed there, the Prime Minister come out and say that sad in the heart. That next family get burned in a house, that's inside in the heart. Four young people lose their life in a Rima there. They ain't come out and say that burn has me see no ministers, the MP, nobody rush up there. About 5 people get shot in the harbor. We hear they come out and say nothing happened to that. But God don't sleep. Because too much of innocent people are losing their life and election around the air. I think like a madman right now. So too much of innocent people dying, the devil said, right? But we want one all your own now. Because you look at it, so you can get a hat trick. You come out and tell the world you like deal with black magic and voodoo and obia. The last one to come out of parliament. You see what government thing. And what kind of heinous crime going on in this country right now is we reach 600 more than before it's 6 something. Next year you could have taken the mark of the base. Mr. Wall Street, we gotta get rid of this man, you know, Mr. Wall Street. It's very sad in this country, you know, many more will die. Play my tune for me now, boy. I'm frightened to live.
All right.
I look to understand, man.
Yeah, man. Tommy, I think it is sad, Tommy, when an incident like this happen, boy, and you want people to send their condolences to the family because of this sad thing that have happened. But the political side of it, Tommy boy, people feel so much anger, boy, because of the sufferation and suffocation and suffering under Prime Minister Rowley, that even when they're trying to do something to make it look good, people find a reason to say they're pappy showing people. For example, when they go up there publicly and show force in that, you see the Prime Minister, Stuart Young, Fitzgerald Hines, Camille Regis Robinson, Penelope Beckles, Foster Cummins, all of them show up. You understand? And people are asking themselves, rightly asking themselves, well, when all these people over here dead in, not once, one alien show up, one alien show up, one, you know. So people rightfully asking that question. And I think people have a right to ask that question, Tommy. What says you, Tommy? I honestly believe I separating the two. What happened with her family? It is a sad day in Trinidad and Tobago. Yes,
absolutely, absolutely. But you have to realize that there's a closeness with them and the victim. So, I mean, I don't want to politicize it, but it is political, and you can't help it.
But Tommy, but do you think they understand why people? Because they say that you don't understand the things that happening unless it hit your doorstep. And I use Terrell Diasing as an example.
I fully agree. I fully agree that when the chickens come home to roost is when you really see what is being experienced and what the people are feeling.
And that's what it is, Tommy. The people of the country are feeling a certain type of pain. And the only reason why the people who are inflicting that pain understand that pain is when somebody close to them feel the same pain. That is the only when them understand the pain, because somebody close to them now is inflicted with that pain. And it shouldn't be like that. You should have some minister dedicated to when something drastic happen in the country and they show up and show out. So then the people can say, well, look, them don't come, look when they come. You see, I understand that part of it, you know. But me personally, I am separating the two. I am separating the death of our family, people in our family, from the things the politicians are doing. You see, because at the end of this, Tommy, this is a lose-lose situation, you know. In global business, we talk about a zero-sum game and a positive-sum game. A zero-sum game is where you're going to the casino. There will be winners and there will be losers. Somebody has to win and somebody has to lose. That is a zero-sum game. A positive-sum game is where they are all winners and no losers. And most of the time in politics, it's a zero-sum game. There are winners and there are losers. And hopefully, Tommy, hopefully, this tragedy can send a message to the politicians of Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, Mr. Florida.
Hello, Mr. Anza?
Yeah, you're inside.
Yeah, hello again, Mr. Anza, Mr. Tommy.
Yeah.
Mr. Anza, I understand exactly what you're saying, you know. But you know, it's a question where people have to start to see, you know, we forget politics and all that. When they shoot up the man and the little child by the preschool, what did they put in place to protect children at school now? When all these school children was attacking teachers and attacking people, taxi drivers and people on the streets and all that, what did they do to put things in place to prevent that? No. Tragedy happened again with this burning of these people. Many gone in this 9 years. What they're going to do to put in place to prevent this? They're not doing anything. And we will talk about it now, and we'll talk about who coming to the funeral and who ain't coming to the funeral. And then 10 days, 12 days after, we're going to talk about something else. Everybody going to sweep this in the back of their mind. Because you know what they say? Once it do affect you, they don't worry. That's the mentality on what happening in Trinidad now. If it's knocking on my door, I don't care.
You know, let's hope that after this experience, that they're gonna step up the fire station's equipment and readiness for incidents like these. That's all we have to do. We have to hope that something will be learned from this.
Well, yeah, exactly, Mr. Tommy, because they have to put things in place because incidents happening too often. All right, the Americans them come here to do whatever they come to do. But why you don't ask them to come and help you with fire in department? Help you with the infrastructure, help you what we need, what training, what we need to do, where we need to be a quicker response time. Where's the significant points in Trinidad where we need to have a facility that easily to reach a certain point, not from one fire station here and you have to drive 40 minutes to reach the point where the fire is. Find out where you could build strategy so it'll be a quicker point because the fastest line to reach our destination is from point to point B is a straight line. You see, we have the resources, but the resources that's going in kickbacks. Everything is kickback. We need
based on my knowledge of Arima, this was no far distance from the fire station.
Yeah, Mr. Tommy, but we need something more serious now. I believe we need international help now because to me, we have educated people in Trinidad, but they're not educated enough to look for the future. They're just educated just to get a big paycheck. That is it. We need something to change in Trinidad and Tobago. How much more families go burn and die? How much more children will get shoot outside there? How much more families home invasions? And they're not doing that. And this is the question everybody has to ask themselves. Am I going to vote back for PNM to accept this and again worse and worse? People open up your eyes. Look on the same sense, Mr. Tommy.
Yeah, man, thanks. You know, Tommy, when we have stated that this Prime Minister Rowley-led government is a reactive government rather than a proactive government, people say, oh God, all you hate the PNM, you hate Rowley. And there are many examples to show that this government is one of the most reactive government we ever had in Trinidad, in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, rather being proactive. After the horse already bolted the stable, they're trying to pull it back in. After they already you squeeze the toothpaste out of the tube, they're trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube. And this is a consistent thing with this government. And I keep saying this over and over and over. And you all know me with consistency. A fish doesn't rotten from the tail. And you know something? I hear somebody say something to me. I was amazed. Well, how come no UNC people didn't show up at the place? I say, wait. I mean, it's like, you know, somehow, Tommy, somehow, and I'm being very specific here, with the PNM people, there is a lack of critical thinking. Somehow, there seems to be a lack of critical thinking. And let me give you an example. I just saw a comment here. Let me see who it is. Where this comment is. You know, I should have started a comment, you know. Let me get that comment. Where is this comment? Okay, hold on, I saw a comment there, Tommy. And That is one of those comments that tell us okay, here it is. Oh, you know, I have it on the screen. I'm looking for the comment and I have it on the screen. Patty says, KFC, the PM made numerous statements on all those situations. Way boy. You see exactly what I'm talking about, Tommy? What I'm saying is that there's a lot of situations where comments shouldn't be just comments. Somebody from the government should have shown their face at that situation. That's what's needed.
Just the showing of compassion.
Correct. That is it, you know. All you're asking, dedicate somebody. You know who? Give Fitzgerald that job. Because he could go and talk all day in any situation. Let him come, let him become the minister, the chief of staff. He's the chief of staff. And when anything happens in the country, send Fitzgerald so he could go and talk. And he could meet with the family. That easy. That is an easy one. Anytime something significant happen in the country with the death of someone or something drastic happen, you have a minister who going and talking to the family and talking to whoever. Yeah? How difficult is that? Because there are situations, Patty, if you are thinking critically, when people don't want to hear from the prime minister, they want to see the prime minister. Eh, Tommy? It's at times you don't want to hear the prime minister, you don't want to hear from him, you don't want to see a Facebook post, you want to see his face on the grounds.
Yes, you need a little more than just talk.
Correct. KFC, welcome.
Good night, Mr. Washit and Uncle Tommy again. I see party answer back and try to defend evil. What is better? If you're talking, we want to see you show that love and that care. You see me, you're showing your ministers and them, for the citizens and them. Look at the 5 people of them died. You never rush up there. That was it?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what we're saying. Send somebody. Show some compassion.
Oh gosh, what shit?
Send somebody.
Don't go and they're stalking. The same way you rush up there to see your minister with the family. I know they're grieving right now. Condolences to the family. Is that death? But Mr. Worship, the man run out of the house.
I don't know. I know.
Why you run in the house and try to save the 2 children and the woman run back in the house? Like she's more man than anybody. But we'll do that. But Mr. Washington, we talk about sense that there's so many people dying in the constituency. The football get gone on any have the church never went up there. That I show to keep a little kind of vision around the thing in there. Mean see fresh lines come out and talk. Skid Cutland come and talk. Church, small pin, you know what I mean, come out and talk. So them don't really care about the citizens. Them only care about the friends and family. And the political friends and them. What should me condone evil, you know? I scare you know, I keep him burning fire and this evil wicked atlas piano, you know. They don't go fire burn the piano. Too much evil and wickedness going on in this place. Spiritual wickedness. I look to and listen. Piano is that evil wicked party. On the rolling. I go on by what should I make by?
Oh, Tommy boy, we just, I mean, Tommy, it just seemed the country going haywire, boy. I'm sorry to say. Let me play this voice note here. Hold on, man. Yeah, Bijram.
Yeah.
You inside?
Out there right on the UNC had it Minister of the People.
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
With Glenn Ramadan Singh.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember the post?
Yeah, I remember that. Minister of the people, I remember
Right.
that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, man,
Okay.
yes. Patty says, but I guess you guys short-term memory. Carry on. Short-term memory for what? Wall Street KFC said he didn't respond. Secondly, people of the state as political games. We PNM ministers go. You know, I did see the UNC send condolences. Hanif says, Pat, that is not so. Go through the books and see how money is spent. Pat, you need to look beyond your party and look at the reality. She had to start thinking critically. But we go get she to start thinking critically, you know. A little worry. You know? We go get she to start thinking critically. It ain't easy though, you know, but we go work on she. Ravi, welcome. Now Wall Street, that Rasta Fitzy can't even understand the garbage he does speak. Fearless the citizen. You ever listen to Fitzy speak? Better you send the crap over the bodies. Nah, he vocabulary is excellent. He have a master of the diction to me. You understand? If sometimes you really have to go and look up the words in the dictionary, but yeah, he should be the minister of communication for the PNM. That's the best thing. Let's leave the minister of communication and leave him alone. Tommy says no, Trinidadians do have critical thinking, but they tend to be biased. I don't know, boy. I don't know. Volsang says never about developing our beautiful island and it's all about frolicking in office. COP, welcome. COP.
Wall Street and Uncle Tony.
Yeah, man.
Good night again.
Good
And
night.
listeners all over the world. Good night again. Wall Street, we have a prime minister, a president, a commissioner of police. They just don't care. They don't care about the citizens of this country. They don't understand that they have a constitutional responsibility to represent the people in time of need. They don't understand that. They tell themselves being in governance is just about friends and family and making money in this country. We could clearly see that we have one of the most vindictive and deceitful government we ever had in the history of Trinidad and Tobago. We could clearly see that. Any intelligent people in this country could clearly see that our government don't care about the citizens of this country. Wall Street, you see how Camille Robinson Regis ball and breakdown? 14 babies dead in the hospital here there. Nobody cry and break down so from the government. Over 600 youths in this country get gunned down and dead. Nobody cry and ball. So children dying every day, every weekend is 5-6 murders. Nobody crying and breaking down like that. But when your political colleagues and your friends passed away, you cry and bawl. That is hypocrisy. That is not that you could cry and bawl like that, but you have a constitutional responsibility for when citizens end up in difficulty, for you to assist them and represent them and ensure that they have a better life in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. But you keep a blind eye and turn your back on your constitutional responsibility and bawl for your friend. How hypocritical that is. How deceitful that is. And doing it in the general public. Wall Street and Uncle Tony, listeners all over the world. What we have in this country as governance is hypocrisy and deceit, is advantageous people taking the citizens' resources for their own benefit. Why is the resources supposed to be for the citizen? To have a government that spent over $600 billion and no government minister say ball and say all that money is spent. And yet still there's so many poor people in this country. And we must be satisfied for that. And if we speak out against it, they send the PNM friends to attack we. Wall Street. Wall Street, that ball and cry, I see that as hypocrisy. Why you don't do that for all the children that die in this country? Eh? How come they're not doing that? And we must be satisfied with that. Good night to you, KFC and the family. I hope you live in large in that big mansion you have over there. That big house you have over there. Thank you all, Chita and Uncle Tony.
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna play this voice note here.
Hi, hello, Jack Gamble. How are you all? Thanks for the opportunity. There must be a line, as the Chumakian said. There must be a line. If a line is drawn, it helps to show a level of maturity. While politics could motivate a lot of things, I wouldn't say everything, a lot of things, having a line drawn really helps. So the head of the opposition, she sent condolence and an encouraging word of greetings. That is good. It appears as if there's a line drawn. Dr. Rowley, we heard reported that he contacted Mr. Griffith, who is as if an opponent of his. Wife contacted her to express sentiment of strength and hope for, recovery. But boy, as usual, listening to programs today, and one of them who my Chumakian friend at least is very familiar with. And I look forward to hearing if he had given him a call anytime and tell him, hey, you're on do-to-ishness. Yeah. Because he take the politics down to the level of, hey, sending condolence to people who live in and all. And one of your own 6.5 people had to call him and tell him, my choice of word, you're on do-to-ishness. You are on do-to-ishness. People who live in, you sending condolence to them? Living? Oh gosh, but let me separate the thing now, boy. Forget about the dead. The dead already. It is once to die, and after that is judgment. That is Bible. But it have the living. So the living we want to encourage, we want to send strength, want to let them know, look, we're praying for you. We hope that, this period of grief will be shortened or would be, not as devastating as can be. Because listen, the way life is, today for he, tomorrow for me, Today for her, tomorrow for you, That's how it is. And to know that same individual, how people treated that same individual. Lord Father, that we and them, how we in a nasty place, boy, that we versus them, have us in a real nasty, dirty place, boy. Gosh, boy. Nah, boy. I had to cut off that, Yes, and I can't continue to subject myself to that.
Yeah, Brooklyn. Brooklyn, welcome. Brooklyn.
Well, shit, good night.
You inside?
Good night, Uncle Tommy.
Yeah, man.
Well, shit, you're really coming over the phone soft,
I know what it is.
I didn't even, let me take off this headphones and see.
Oh, it's your headphones, man. It's your headphones.
Let me check and see.
Yeah, it's your headphones. It's your headphones. It's your headphones.
Hello?
Yeah, I hear you loud and
You're
clear.
still soft when I take off the headphone, but I don't.
Yeah, all right.
Let me tell you something that was shit. You see, in life, I have a different belief in life. And I know there's a lot of people like me. And I understand that people want to feel sad and people want to, but I can't feel sad for people who not feeling sad for me when I lost my loved ones. And them in that position.
But COP,
right?
Brooklyn, we are to separate. This is not sad for the government. This is sad for the family.
It had nothing to do with that worship.
No, you have to separate the two.
Brooklyn,
a woman and 2 kids lost their life.
You looking at it like that. Forget about the woman and the child.
No, you can't. Oh, you're going to forget about that? If that didn't happen, Brooklyn, if they didn't lose their life, we wouldn't be here today. We wouldn't be here talking about this way.
Okay, so that's your opinion, right?
No, that's not my opinion.
Could I let you understand what I am saying?
Go ahead.
Right. Because people may think something like this must happen for we to, feel a certain way. Even in the same Bible that all it is read tell you that God send troops to kill women, babies, and all kind of thing. The God that in the Bible. So let me be real. I want to put it in this way, Wall Street. We come here 4 days a week. And even when we're not here, we're talking about oppression in Trinidad. We're talking about what the PNM doing, right?
Yeah.
I am saying that this person was in a position, right? Let me forget the children. The children innocent to this. The children is not to be blamed. So I don't want you to think I'm blaming the children for something. The children is not to be blamed. I want you to understand my contribution. Because we are putting people in positions to make sure that situations like this that happen time and time again, Wall Street, right? And we will, when people die and burn up in fire, we may just brush it past. But because there's a minister, we have a whole topic on it. Because it was a minister. Let me tell you something. It was a minister that was part of a government that continued to oppress the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and is a part of a government who could have done better. Kamala Prasad and came there and they were building fire stations and police stations. How much fire station the PNM built in 9 years? This person was part of that. And how much people burned down? How much people house burned down? How much people children dead? And these people continue to not see. So we must see when them dead. We must see, right? But when they were in the position, right, to tell their colleague and their leader and their whoever, boss man, let me build some fire station. Now it's 9 years we here. Let me do something that we see any problems. Well, shit, in people's house in Trinidad don't even have smoke detectors and fire detectors. They don't have them thing in them houses. We talking about the fire department and blaming fire department. The government should have a system there where every household should have some type of smoke detector, fire detector, something to alert you if something happening. We have to start somewhere. So I'm not coming to bash the person who died. No, I am saying the person who died was in a position that they could have made change, that the change would have even be in progress, that they could have saved them lives. Them lives, if the fire department that is round the corner from them had the right equipment and things, the tools that was needed to get in there and save she and her kids, because she's in government. She was in government. This is what I'm saying. We must look at things positive, because we might want to say sympathy and sympathy. Yes, death is a bad thing, but mostly everybody in Trinidad and Tobago lost a family member. Mostly everybody lost somebody close to them. And how they lost them in a situation where it could have been prevented if the government was doing the work, where we continue to fight for year after year for the last 9 years. We're talking about it. I don't want to hear Gordon Joseph and them come and talk stupidness on the radio about them and this side. It's not side. We want a better Trinidad and Tobago. This is nothing personal. I don't know the lady, but we have a government to spend past $500 billion, could be $1 trillion they spent in 9 years. Who knows? And what we seeing, tonight somebody else could burn down again and their children, and could get tomorrow we go wake up singing the same song. But the government and them rolling never come skirting, but they never come to when we family members die in fire, right? And according to COP, look how the woman bawling and she can't catch herself. She should have been balling for 9 years for the government to do a better job. the government who they all are part of. This is what I'm saying. So I understand the debt. I lose my brother in crime. I lose people. I lose my uncle. We all lose somebody. But the government presently there must do better in the country. Must. It shouldn't take a minister and she trying to die for them to say they're going to make change. They should have made change because that's what they came there to do. This is the point I'm trying to make. You understand what she done to me? It have nothing to do with the woman. I don't know her. You understand? But I'm saying they had a part to play, and we continue for 9 years talking about the part that it was not playing. Look at the incident that happened where she was so close to the fire department, so close to the fire station, and and she still had to end up in that accident. This is what I'm saying. Nobody should blame the fire department for not having things. The government ain't giving them nothing. Nothing. So this is my point I'm making. I don't know, and me, I see it as God is the boss. We all believe in God, right? And if God is the boss, God ain't gonna do something like that just so if God don't have a plan. The plan is we to see these things and to tell them they must make change. They have to make it now. God is telling us, we, the voice, must tell them who we put there to do the right thing because themselves ending up in the problems that they putting on us. They're oppressing us and then passing through the oppression by the same medicine they gave we, eventually, them go start to get the same medicine sooner or later. That's the kind of fight it is. Well, she don't come to me, have a good night.
Yeah, man. Bless. Now, Tommy, this is the thing, right? It is not that people haven't been asking for years now about fire in Trinidad and Tobago. This is not something just yesterday they've been asking the government. Right? They've been asking the government this for a long time. Yeah? And it just happened. And I keep saying this. A fish doesn't rotten from the tail. And this government is a reactionary government rather than a proactive government. So the only way they will make changes is when something happens that causes them to react. That's just the way it is. Just the way it is. So don't harp on the MP, right? Put your political emotions aside and tell yourself, boy, listen, Tommy, I lost a brother to crime in Trinidad and Tobago. My brother was shot down in Trinidad and Tobago. I had to go and bury my brother in Trinidad and Tobago. I bury my brother. Right? So I understand what it is. Right? I mean, people could say all kind of things. He was this, he was that, all kind of things. But that is my brother. I went to man bury him. I cry. Long tears. Because it's my brother. It's blood. So the people that lost the MP, them, I mean, it's difficult for them. Forget about all them politicians who all of a sudden showing up and screaming and bawling and all kind of thing. You understand? All you have to separate the both of them, man. All you have to separate it. Separate the two. Loss of life, politics. All you know how politicians go operate. Anytime politicians get an opportunity to do something, to make it look even bigger than it is, them go do it. When is the last time Prime Minister Rowley showed up to not a funeral, a situation where somebody in Trinidad passed away? That was of not even any significance, but it was brutal. Tommy, you know of any?
Nothing up on the top of my head right away. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell us.
Yeah, somebody in the chat can tell us. When did Prime Minister Rowley ever show up to a situation in Trinidad where an ordinary citizen lost their life. An ordinary citizen lost their life. You could pick whatever you want. You could pick a grandmother, a house invasion, and when? Just trying to find out. Let me finish this voice.
To that, no. I cut off that radio. Gosh, boy. Anyhow, all the best, folks.
Yeah, I just take lost a life different to me. I'll be honest with you.
It's a serious matter.
Yeah, I just take lost a life. I lost my mother. I lost my brother. I lost my sister-in-law just the other day. The loss of life, I had to separate. I can't put them all in one basket. I cannot. I cannot put them all in one basket. Yeah, Mr. Intellectual.
Good evening again, gentlemen.
Hold up, you reconnected. Mr. Intellectual, you there?
When we experience.
Yeah, start over.
Yes, I'm here.
Wait, start over because you was reconnecting. All right, start from the beginning. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a serious thing. It deals with certain emotions in the human psyche, right? And it helps us to recognize how fragile life is, right? And we should pay respect to that. I have no objections to people having extend their condolences and their heartfelt grief for someone who dies. That should be part of our humanity. That should be part of us.
And not only that,
but
that should
again,
be separate from all the other semantics and games and things. You understand? We could deal with the games too, but we had to first say, like, listen, boys, you know, two kids.
Well, the easiest thing to do is to recognize the situation, right? And you may not be able to distinguish or not empathize with the individual because of your personal circumstance. But when you recognize that it could happen to you, you understand, and you see how fragile life is, it would give you the impetus to take a deeper introspection of who you are and how frail it is and what can I do to make life better. Yeah. My hope is that this whole situation is a learning experience for us all, that we could come out better people. You know, I recognize that people have and the situation, and I could see the reason for that. But as you say, the line, if we recognize the line, that doesn't debar you from having the right to feel differently because of other situations. But we recognize and we find that is a given. But for people who want to use this
internet.
Yeah, but loved ones is who feel it the most.
Say that again, Tommy.
Loved ones are who feel the most.
Yeah. I when I look at people losing their lives, and it depends on the situation too. I had a separate one. Yeah, Mr. Florida.
You get night I give me some so me stealing some of Mr. Intellect time because I see you phone giving some trouble. But Mr. Answer, Mr. Tommy, if I ask 500 Trinidadians right now, what was the 2 girls, her daughters who passed away and what school they went to? They don't have that information. They don't have that information. If I ask them what was their names and what school they attended, they don't have that information because they don't care. All them Trinidadians and them Patricia and all of them who support PNM, none of them even chat and write the names of the 2 children, you know. So that's what I'm saying. So who cares if Prime Minister, the Honorable Prime Minister, come to a funeral or not? Look at Andrea Barrett and the Ashadi Rai and all of them. We forget about them already. Like history. It was a talking about vigil, all of that, and then it died down. And that is what happening consistently over and over in Trinidad. Once it will affect you home, who cares? We're going to listen to Mr. Anson.
Yeah, man. You know, let me see if I can next. Hold on a minute.
Almost top of the hour.
Yeah.
Talk Brooklyn, Brooklyn talk. Correct Wall Street. This is not about passion. This is not about feelings. They had an opportunity to help and make the country better.
Oh God. You doesn't everybody talk here. That's a good thing, you know. Everybody does get a chance to talk here to me. Everybody.
Walls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me step away for a minute.
Okay. All right. KFC. You're connecting. KFC. All right, you're connecting. All right, he gone. So, folks, let's take that break. And when we come back, I just got a video here from David Mohammed titled Economic Warfare Against Small Business Owners through the Government Ministry of Legal Affairs. We're going to get to that. And we're also going to get back. Let me see if I could get some things in here about the chat before we go for the break. Lucky Lal said the son was 6 years and the daughter, Diane, was 25 years. Small man was a discipline in martial arts, which he started at the age of 4. Caribbean Soul says, KFC does fire bun PNM. The lady really got bun, yes? And if said the system all of a sudden giving trouble. Caribbean Soul says, when you thief depositors the money to build house, you just lost more. Volsang, welcome. Volsang says, better she call GM. They can console each other. Robert Nesbitt says, Wall, I too don't play with the loss of life, especially when it's young people. Lucky Lal says, he never did, but was at the funeral of Ricky Raghunandan's father. Caribbean Soul said, Patricia going to buy coffee and cricks to carry for the wake. Okay. Volsang says, nobody want to argue with her tonight. All right, folks, we're going for the break. We'll be right back. Stick and stay. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsh, and you. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio, WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Walsh, and you on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. I want to play this video. Take a listen to this, guys.
Beloved family, something absolutely shocking has taken place in Trinidad and Tobago, where the government of the Republic has removed, through the Office of the Attorney General and the Ministry of Legal Affairs, close to 20,000 businesses, many of them small African-owned firms, companies, registered corporations, contractors, landscapers, electronics, barbers, small contractors, grass cutting, doing repairs on buildings, painting companies, small scale, medium scale construction. Tens of thousands of businesses have been deregistered by the government in early December 2024. This is one of the most wicked possible acts by a government against the masses of the people, already on the backdrop of the refusal to allow the African Bank to be established in Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica, while they're in all of these other Caribbean nations, blocking African businesses from access to loans that can further empower them. Now you're taking already existing African-owned companies and wiping them off the registry in the name of not filing taxes. Now, just before I give you the details on this, I want you to think of the possible consequences of this being done. Many of these companies, unfortunately, will not be re-registered because the state is charging, in many cases, exorbitant fees to get the companies back on, and for many it's too much. A lot of these companies, especially the ones owned by small-scale African contractors, are already owed millions of dollars in some cases by the government that they have not been paid, but have their businesses removed. In addition to this, we would ask the question, well, why wasn't some kind of announcement put out? They put out a small statement in the Gazette and expected the whole country to see that. Obviously, and the real number is close to 60,000, if 60,000 businesses have been removed from the registry, then clearly something is wrong with the communication channels. You know very well how to get a message across to the people when you want them to vote for you. You are experts at putting advertisements and infomercials on radio, television, newspapers, social media, on banners and billboards on the highway when an election is coming up. But you don't know how to get a message across to the people to help them save their businesses. There are so many people in our country who were on the border of getting involved in crime, who went into business, united, formed themselves into these companies, got registered. And now you're cutting them all off, and you don't expect the crime rate to skyrocket once again. This move is contributing towards destruction of the family, and there are likely to be untold repercussions of doing this to so many poor people. Now, this is from the statement released by the Office of the Attorney General and the Ministry of Legal Affairs on why and how they went about with this economic war against poor people in November, December 2024, removing all of these companies. Listen. Their website says, notice of removal of companies in default of sections 1941 and 3331 of the Companies Act, Chapter 8101, from the Register of Companies. Failure to file annual returns in brackets. The government says, notice is hereby given that, 1, pursuant to Section 194 and 333 of the Companies Act, every company and external company, respectively, must file with the Register of Companies an annual return no later than 30 days after each anniversary date of the incorporation or amalgamation, continuance, or registration. 2, failure to submit the annual return to the register within the above time frame constitutes a breach of Act 3, Section 516 of the Act, as it imposes a penalty of $300 for every month or part thereof that the company defaults. Now, some companies have not filed for as long as 10 years. Small businesses, small companies owed money that they're not being paid, but now they have to find $3,600 a year for, in some cases, as much as 10 years. Barely making enough money to make ends meet, and have to find now almost $40,000 to pay to put their company back on file. Look at it. Point number 4, in addition to the monetary penalty imposed under Section 516, a company or external company may, pursuant to Section 489 of the Act, be struck off the register of companies maintained at this office, Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Legal Affairs, for breach of Act. And 5, an audit of the register indicates that the companies listed below have not filed. Now, they have not filed annual returns. The companies listed below on the website. You can pick any letter of the alphabet and you will see hundreds, several hundreds, even in some cases, thousands of businesses under the letter A, under the letter B, under the letter C, D, E, F. Thousands of companies removed without warning, without caution. And I know that the sycophants are going to be prepared to make statements on why didn't you just file the taxes? Why didn't you do what you were supposed to do? Blaming the victim, as is done many times when it comes to politics. But think about what the possible intent could be behind a move like this. We have always known and we've seen, we've observed as a general public, a consistent and continuous, unwavering pattern continue to help the rich get richer while the poor get poorer, to shut down and close down small and medium-sized businesses and expand further already existing big businesses, to try to make all of us employees and servants and minimum wage workers and employees for the big businesses, so that we don't stand a chance of economic empowerment, but our unity is more powerful than their money. But this particular issue must force us to come together in 2025, not under a political banner, but under the banner of our unity and what we have in common. We must unite and pool our resources and open skills banks and think tanks and economically empower ourselves. And if this is not a wake-up call, beloved, with the government removing tens of thousands of companies without warning and leaving you out there to hire last minute with this new amnesty that is now placed in the middle of January 2025, to put so many African businesses and other businesses out of business. But the difference with the African businesses is that other communities are going to circulate their dollars internally anyway. Many of our businesses, especially the small scale ones coming out of the community, out of East Port of Spain, out of urban areas, many of us have been relying on these contracts from the state that we are not being paid for. So I'm saying to us, if this is not a wake-up call, beloved, then I don't know what is.
Well.
Oh, boy. Tommy, watch this, Tommy. He black, you know, Tommy. But is he black? Is PNM Fox black? You know?
Maybe he's 1%.
Could he be half black?
Half pregnant too?
Oh God, Tommy. Remember we talked about that yesterday, right? And you was able to go look to see if your company was here, right? Look what he said to me. P&M Fox, that is very questionable, eh? Tommy, I want to think that's very questionable. Yeah? Oh boy. Right? And when we say this P&M government wicked and evil and don't like, and this is how I just put it, because we are the bottom of the socio-economic ladder. The P&M does depend on poor black disadvantaged people to put them in office. And once they get into office, they suffer them, abuse them. And them same poor black disadvantaged people suffer peacefully under the P&M. You know why? We have a black prime minister. And that is all we want. We good with that. Let me suffer. You rather suffer under him.
You sure he black?
Let me see. Hold on. Hold on. Let me check something. Hold on. Let me check something. Hold on, Tommy. I just did that. I want to check something to be sure. Folks are looking for something. Again, I will feedback from you, Tommy. Let me check something. Hold on, Okay.
You see the discussion that took place here last week about this black man company and this black company, and this black government betraying black people? I take serious umbrage at that. And I tell you why. It was Eric Williams who wrote that the blackest thing in slavery was not the black man. And for all of you who want to talk about black man this and black man that, I might be the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago.
Let's maintain that I'm a proud black man. I mean, I carry myself in a way that black boys and black girls can be proud of what I am and what I represent. My children are proud of me. I'm proud of the life I've led. I have never run away from the color of my skin.
Poor.
Well, that is so cliched. I'm not really trying to interfere with the bridge between the rich and the poor, because there's nothing wrong with the rich getting richer, but the poor must come out of poverty. Right? So
well, that's kind of bridging the gap, you know?
That is the equation. It's not a seesaw where one has to go down for the other one to come up. You have to find a way that you encourage the rich to get richer, because in getting richer, they create opportunities for the poor. Opportunity. And of course, if one wants to take advantage of opportunities that are made available, one has to prepare oneself, right? To make the sacrifice, to make the effort, because out of effort will come reward. So it's not a simple up and down situation. It is that you have a target of ensuring that no one is left behind and that there's opportunity for everyone to move up.
One of the things
I think there are two ways in which people are controlled. First of all, frighten people, and secondly, demoralize them. An educated, healthy, and confident nation is harder to govern. And I think there's an element in the thinking of some people. We don't want people to be educated, healthy, and confident, because they would get out of control. The top 1% of the world's population own 80% of the world's wealth. It's incredible that people put up with it, but they're poor, they're demoralized, they're frightened, and therefore they think perhaps the safest thing to do is take orders and hope for the best.
Tommy boy? I don't know, Tommy. Sometimes I just wonder, Tommy.
We both do.
Caller, welcome.
Hi, good evening again. Thanks for the opportunity.
Good evening.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't. That is very common among us. Let me just drop this in. I'm not charging you extra for this. In Trinidad and Tobago, when we refer to kids, we're talking about young goats. All right? Or we talk about children, we talk about offspring. Or once we say kids, we're talking about a young goat or young goats. All right. Question. Between 2010 and 2015, were there any house fires? Were there loss of life? Were there loss of children life between 2010 to 2015? Question number one. Question number two. I'm not asking you that, Mr. Markian, because you ain't living here. You only getting what is fed to you, and you take it from there. So I'm not asking you that. All right. Up to now, listening, up to now, no one has mentioned what came across more than one news media house. That same period when there was that fire, where condolences to Julian there, that fire, there were two other fires that were attended to. Two that resulted in no truck available there. All right? And also why the truck reached late. Because there were two. So in other words, they had three fires. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes you have one fire alone in a whole region. And sometimes you have 3 and 4, especially during the dry season. I don't know how they have that now. It's supposed to be rainy season, however. All right? So there were 3. But the haters, mud pelters, is it that they didn't know? Or is it that they choose to ignore that part of it? Because the whole idea is to muddy, make look bad. Stone in the running shoe. 3 fires. And last but not least, the PNM people, you know what they might say? All the money that was spent to take out an old truck from down the cliff, it was said that could have bought a couple fire trucks, And that came out before this month, before this year began. That kind of statement. They could have leave that truck there, take the money, and buy a couple fire trucks. Probably donate that to the iron and steel man. Let him get it out and let them chop it up and make some money and that kind of thing. But you're not hearing people talking about that. You're not hearing people talk about that. But if I go to talk about that, you talk about cost, and eyes at this, and eyes at that, but that is all right. When the rain fall on the dashing leaf, if you see how nice it does, just run off. If you see how it does, just run off. Folks, that's my closing comment. There are some matters of state to deal with. Have a good night, folks.
Thank you.
I don't know. Should anybody comment or respond to that?
This is how I go respond. I'm gonna play it.
A big one. After this, I'm going. Listen, man. Hear me now. I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. Now, all the thing. I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. One more time. I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. I build me a coffin. I make it my home. Because that is my only choice. This kind of life, I leave it alone. Because when I look around and I see man raping their own daughters mercilessly, man living with man, woman with woman. So how must I live? I can't understand. Look, I'm frightened to live. Whoa, I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. A bandit in my face with a gun. take my onions and began to run. I'm in the station reporting what the bandit do. I was the same bandit I was reporting to. Look, I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. Come again, let me hear. I'm frightened to live. Where you? I'm frightened to live. One more time, come again. I'm frightened to live. Hey. I'm frightened to live. Hear me now. It is so obnoxious when I look around. Things I just hear and see. My God, how could I go on? Children killing children every day. Parents guiding their children to go astray. Tell me how those youths getting all those guns, and where in the world those guns coming from? Me see I'm frightened to live. Where you? I'm frightened to live. You come again. I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. Hear this. If in my ceiling they find coke and gun, it's my whole family they carrying down. But if the police get caught with the same refrain, all they getting is transfer to do crime again. You see, I'm frightened to live. Hey, I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. I'm frightened to live. Come again, let me hear. I'm frightened to live. Sing. I'm frightened to live. Music. Now you see this verse? This verse is my verse. I love it. I want to listen to my verse. My verse. Yeah. If our child could die by the hands of a bandit, police may halfway search, they may never catch the culprit. But if Mr. Big Man child end up dead, they go in to paint the old damn tongue red, putting out all force and energy, finding the killer immediately. So how must I live? Where you? I'm frightened to live. Come again. I'm frightened to live. Hey, hear this. Hear this. Hey. I turn to church, that's the answer. Listening to the priest preach on the altar, while taking in the words of the Almighty. You know the priest belting sweet at me is the I'm frightened to live. Where you? I'm frightened to live. Sing. Come again, let me hear. I'm frightened to live. Where you? Hey, I'm frightened. One more time, one more time, one more time. Yeah. Love all you. Seem like a
the anthem song, boy, and the Prime Minister Rowley, boy. People frightened to live. Frightened to live. Oh God. Tommy. I mean, let me lighten it up a little bit, eh? I want you all to listen to this. Let me lighten it up a little bit because here's Trini going shopping. We lightening it up. Trini going shopping, Tommy. Listen to this.
But flap sores all over. I look for them gel blaster for them children. It have. If not, they gotta settle for caps gun, you know. How you mean the cherry brandy run out? They don't have the Antonios, they don't have the Fernandez. I don't want no off-brand thing. You think I have people shushing about my black cake or what? But Balby Harry, your trolley well full up. Put an extra ham and go pass by your Christmas morning. Kasha, all you giving out no almanac? Well, give me one with the Jesus picture now. You can imagine I shopping here over 30 years. I'm not even a sweetie for the Christmas, why? Nah. Snowcock. I know bunks up on Karan there, boy. Yeah, the black sorrel for 20. Check him now. I know you like your sorrel this time. Liam and Elena, I am going into the mall to get a gift for Jupit and Poopit. When we go in that mall, don't watch nothing, don't touch nothing, don't ask me for nothing. Are they hearing me? Good. Pusari! 4 cases stag! And the 1 liter puncheon for the puncher creme. Oh gosh, you have my brain in the people's store. Hurry up and come up by the cashier. False cat, down by Dingfold curtain selling cheap. You're getting 3 panels for 100 and they had the blackout and thing. Come girl, nice curtain girl. No, I buy for all a punk and children already. It's just Chantulal daughter to get something for. But that girl had to buy for. She doesn't want any little old thing. Them is more expensive thing. I don't know what to buy for them, so you know. But Tanklal, I just really study where all these people going. All these people that have children, that boy. Them can't stay home in the house a little bit, boy, and let we go out and shop a little bit. Them have to be outside. Or let's stay in all their house now, boy. But Sharon, I tell you, it's months I order rat pig eating from Timu, girl. Months I telling you. I tell you, them Korea people and them just mess up them thing. That's why I like my mall, you know. You see this online thing, I ain't enough for that. Fatsuku, what you begging me for Twizzlers? What you begging me for Twizzlers? And your nanny from Idaho. And she's sending Twizzlers in the barrel? Stop begging me for that. She's sending it. And now you're asking your husband for the mat. You go wrong so in that lane there, and right next to the Antorium. It show up in the Oasis there. Yeah, the Antorium in the Oasis. Right next to that had the mat. Yeah, good price, girl. Good price. Good, Daddy. All I have, all right? And what about plastic and linoleum and thing I do over my kitchen for the Christmas? You bag up some for me now, yeah. Give me a 4x9. Yeah. And get a nice design in there, all right for me? Yeah. Give me 15 liter, your strongest Clorox there for me. Yeah, but I had to scrub my yard, boy. Yeah, mossy and black. Trying to push broom. Trying to push broom too, yeah. But now let me get a small, shiny like a vanish now, boy. I have to shine up my cabinet and bureau, boy. Yeah, that one on top there. Yeah, that go work. Baby, now you don't take credit card. Credit card is not money. All you want ombudsman and bureau standard to come here for all you. All you play with me. Saraswati is a boneless ham you put in my trolley. Take out that. Go back and get a bone one. I want to make a ham bone soup after the Christmas. Leave home your child. Leave home your child when they come into shop in the people grocery.
That's a little Chinese shopping there. Well, we have our next one. We have our next one, Tommy. Tommy, when you're reaching the airport, you just have nothing to declare?
Nothing to declare.
All right. So watch this one.
Next.
Okay. There you go.
Good day.
Hi.
So where are you coming from?
JFK.
How long was your stay?
I was there for 6 days. 6 days.
Do you have anything to declare, sir?
No, I don't have anything to declare.
So are you carrying anything more than $5,000?
5,000? Nah. I don't even have all our US. The bank don't have all our US. Oh, I go have it.
So you telling me all them bags and you have none to declare?
No, I put on the form. On the form I say I didn't have and I signed it as well. So I don't have anything to declare. Which one? This one?
Yeah. Tell me one now.
I just have about 3 or 4 boxes in here. I buy a shoe, but I buy that shoe for me. I needed a shoe. My mom asked me to go to Dollar Tree. I buy a bowl. You know them like the bowl and thing. That's all I really have in it.
You could go to the red line over there.
But officer, I don't have anything to declare. No. This is nothing. I don't have any.
Over there. Next.
Oh God. Tommy, you ever went to a mechanic and all right, listen to this one.
Yeah. See, you know what? Let me pull a trip and come back by
with
that
the man
time.
car.
Yeah, I been on the city.
You pull a trip with the man car?
Yeah, I been on the
You making me afraid to leave my car by mechanic? If I leave why would I leave my expensive car by the mechanic? Next time he running the road and going and run he woman and everything my car. Go you pull in trip with the man car, go ahead, listen to it. Let's go, this thing is go ahead.
I said, why you behaving so?
The attitude, yeah.
My attitude, well, boy, if you back and all with me and shit.
In the car, in the customer car.
Yeah, in the car.
Yeah.
Well, before that, she tried to pull the steering twice.
The customer car?
Yes. She pulled the steering twice.
You're dropping a car by you now. Go ahead,
yeah. She pulled the steering twice. Right, and well, both times, I stopped the car.
Yeah.
I said, girl, what's going on with you? You're trying to kill me over.
Yeah.
You understand? You're trying to kill me over. I said, relax yourself. You tell me, let we go far drive. We go in far drive.
Yeah.
She ended up kicking the steering when we reached down.
Yeah.
Or G. Jeffers Highway. Right? And open the door and jump out the car.
So that's why the car ended up in the ditch?
No, well, before the car ended up in the ditch, when she opened it, when she kicked the steering, right? And open the door. Well, I run out the car too.
But you could run out a moving car.
Listen, I open the door and leave the car moving too.
The customer car? What kind of mad thing all you on? But that's the customer car.
Honest with you.
But that is the customer car. You driving up and down the road, going here to OEO, all about with the man car, with the customer car. You running your road, running no man with the man car.
I not running no woman
yeah,
with
but
the
you
man
pick up
car.
your girl with the man car. What can I take?
But I not running no woman. Because I pick up my girl with the customer car, I running woman. I running no woman.
I mean,
Only in Trinidad.
I mean, We in Trinidad real good, you know. First, the man,
Best.
eh?
Best.
Yeah, the man come with 5 suitcases and he had nothing to declare. Yeah, he had nothing to declare. Right? You leave your car by the mechanic. The mechanic gonna pull bull with your car, pick up your woman, and you're end up in a ditch. Eh? Why? We not for real enough. Yeah? Oh boy. Monty Steele, welcome. Tommy Muhammad says Gordon Maloney is a PNM and will defend him. But yeah, I never give waste my time to comment on what you say. Seriously. Monty Steele, Lucky Lal, Tommy, and good night to WZYE TV program on the chat. Mr. Intellectual, welcome.
Good evening again, gentlemen.
Yeah, good evening.
To that lighter moment, that was nice.
Yeah.
But something went on a little while ago that I was just wondering. $70 billion, right?
Yeah.
And our fire station cannot handle 3 fires. They could only handle 2. After $70 billion, right? This whole country couldn't handle 3 fires in one day or one morning at the same time, resulting in the death of 3 people and possibly more. Okay? Yeah. But we're concerned about I kick a dog when I was 7 years old, and you want to remind me about that. Imagine that, you know. I kick a dog.
Yeah, Mr.
When I was
Intellectual.
7 years old.
I know, Mr. Intellectual. I learned from Tomino. Tommy says.
Go back at every car door.
Dogs do back at every car door that goes by.
Yeah, but imagine that. I kick a dog when I was 6 years old.
Yeah.
And you're bringing that back up. When I was almost 60.
Yeah.
You could imagine that? But I guess that doesn't hold fast to people who don't lie. I don't lie, you know.
Yeah. Correct.
You understand?
Yeah.
I just talk the truth at all times. And if you point it out to me that I make a mistake, I'm going to correct it.
Immediately.
Understand me well. There are people that listen carefully to what is happening outside here. And when you're speaking truth to power, you must be consistent.
Correct.
You don't say one thing to infer another.
Yep.
You understand me?
Fully.
I spent $6 million when I could have get 3. So they didn't. That is probably about 13 or 14 years ago. You could have get 3 fire truck. So them 3 fire truck. Because they didn't get them 3 fire truck.
3 people dead.
You understand?
Yeah.
3 people had to dead.
3 people dead because 14 years ago, a fire truck went down in that ditch.
14 years ago, you could have get 3 fire truck.
Yeah.
Right?
A fire truck went down in that ditch.
$6 million.
Yeah.
But you spend $70 million. And you could only attend to 2 fire because you're short of an extra fire truck. You see? It's the damn UNC that caused that. That's $6 million that they didn't spend to buy 3 fire truck and get them how did they call them? The scrap, buying scrap iron?
Yeah.
You didn't get them that $2 million worth a truck. You understand? That is why the poor people and them had to suffer in the fire and dead.
Yeah.
You see, the whole narrative is to take the blame off yourself because of your incompetence, right? And place it somewhere else. Why we have to be so ignorant and tell yourself that people outside here are foolish? I kicked the dog down the road when I was 6 years old, you know. I kick it. I ain't lying, I kicked the dog. But that doesn't mean to say that I didn't change. After 6 years, you want to bring that up in my face?
It's intellectual.
When people tell you,
that's why I call him Mr. Intellectual, you know.
Let me tell you something. When you hear people tell you they don't lie, watch them carefully.
You know,
Because
Mr. Intellectual, you know what I's like? Sorry to cut you. You know what I's like? That is like the Prime Minister telling people, I could be the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago. I could say that. I could say that. That is he telling people, I could be the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I understand what you're saying. Again, when people speak, right? You could figure out their intention by their speech.
Correct. Correct.
You understand?
Yep.
And if you listen to them consistently, you would know where they're at.
Easy
and a
to
man
figure
who
out.
tells you that he doesn't lie.
Yeah.
He doesn't lie. And forget that he told you that he doesn't, according to your mother-in-law.
A liar has no memory.
A liar don't have no memory.
Oh,
a liar don't have no memory.
Yeah.
They just forget.
Yep.
You see, them fellas and them want to deal with the devil and play that them is children of God. No, you can't do that. You can't have bitter and sweet water coming from the same fountain.
Correct.
Can't have that. So when people getting upset and they want to throw a tantrum because they're hearing the truth and they can't handle it, they have to go back, quite back down the road to justify the evil that is taking place by something that happened
40-something years ago.
Years ago.
Yeah, years ago.
That have no relevance to what it is taking place today.
Yeah, I kicked the dog. I kicked the dog when I was 6.
Yeah, I kicked the dog. And I still want to throw that in my face when I was 60.
Yeah, because I kicked the dog.
Imagine that.
Oh, God. Mr. Intellectual, real good.
Gentlemen,
yeah, man.
I just hope that people will try to think critically before they come outside here and they just put down anything that come in their head and they think that they're defending the party.
Yeah, correct.
Anything. I have nothing to defend outside here, you know, other than my good character.
That is it. Your integrity.
And I'm going to be honest with you.
And your character.
My good character ain't good. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't know saint. Me ain't no pastor, me ain't no priest. I is a normal human being who recognize that I have a God, and only with He I could understand what truth is. But when I hear I decide to talk truth, I can't go back and bring up some lie to try to defend the way that I live in.
But Mr. Intellectual, there before you go, listen to this. Anytime you make a statement and you have to come back to qualify the statement, what on your heart comes out your mouth.
Oh, definitely.
Anytime you make a statement and you have to come back to qualify the statement, well, you know, that is not really mean. This is what I mean. What's on your mind comes out your mouth.
The scriptures tell you out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh.
Oh, well, look, I'm talking scriptures and I ain't even know. Mr. Intellectual, it's always a pleasure, man. Thank you.
It's always a pleasure listening to you guys.
Yeah.
I hope that you keep up the good work, and I hope that people would at least learn to think critically.
Correct.
And understand. It's not to bash people, you know.
Nah.
It's for people to learn, to recognize that they have the capacity to rise above the noise and their inabilities and gain some status for their own self, not for nobody else, but for their own self, to be somebody who has a little bit of integrity and who could understand truth as it is, not as you would want it to be, just as it is. Have a blessed evening, gentlemen.
Thank
It
you,
was
man.
really a pleasure this evening.
Thank you, man. Tommy, it is why we say Indra welcome. KFC welcome. Donna Ramlochan welcome. Anthony Badu welcome. Anthony, where you been? Go ahead, KFC. KFC, boy, that new phone again problems, but I think I gotta send Wi-Fi for KFC. Oh, look, they're showing some fire here with our water for. Boy. All right, let me see. I have a voice note here. Yeah, Mr. Florida. Mr. Florida, welcome.
Yeah, good night again, Mr. Tommy. So the man say, if the fire truck down the ditch,
yeah,
if you and see them didn't pull out that, they would have fire truck on now.
Yeah.
So God Joseph, I always use this. Rowley stop giving the laptop to the children so you build a library. Use that. You stop giving the children the laptop so you build a library for them. Mr. Hansen, you see where we go and Joseph justifying. We not talking politics about that fire, We talking about mechanism in place to prevent this again, because it's not now it happened, it happened in years. There's many families perishing in fire. But now with somebody who more recognized to the public because he's a minister. But the rest of them who passed away in fire years and years ago, they was known to the family, friends, and everybody mourning, just like everybody mourning now. But what it is you putting in place? God Joseph, that is all we wanted to ask you. We ain't asking you to vote for UNC, PNM, TDP, OPP, OC, whoever. We just wanted to know what this government going to put in place, besides talking Lakari and Bacchanal. Look on this, Mr. Domi.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot. Listen to this, folks.
Obnoxious, arrogant, narcissistic, ugly. Those are words I would use to describe our Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley's behavior at the media conference recently concluded when he was asked about the SOFA agreement by the reporter from the Newsday. Dr. Rowley, you cannot get so big. The people who placed you in office have every right to challenge you, to question you, and to seek information about things that you are doing and committing us as a people to without our knowledge. So if the Newsday got it wrong, set the records right. Set the records right, Dr. Rowley. What did you and Minister Hines agree to on behalf of the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago? We need to know. We want to know. But to get up there and behave like a proper baboon. Come on. When you get so big, the people deserve to know. And you know what that is? We turn up. That's the problem. When you have your media conferences, we turn up. We have to leave you there by yourself. That's what we need to do. Leave you there by yourself. Because it's only about you. It's not about the media. It's certainly not about the people of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. It's about you and your handful of clonies. So we need to stop turning up to your media conference. And you be on your own, It's like you there, to me, is like a man in a black pants who peed on himself. You get a warm feeling, but nobody notices.
Ah, boy. Tommy, boy? Ah, boy. Ah, boy. Unmute your mic. Ah, boy.
Yeah, Errol hit the proverbial nail on the head.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. KFC. Your phone getting problems.
And then Mr. Wash it.
Yeah, man.
And the mother will tell you, I lie that thief and a murderer too.
Nah, shit.
But Mr. Wash it, I hear the doctor, David Mohammed, talking about his looking at business people. So the doctor always hold a press conference and say, "What should I put up my TV, my 50-inch TV?" And they fall when they put that man on it. When I see that man on my TV, where do you that for worship? That evil son of a buzzing. Oh, Mr. Washit is very sorry this country under Dr. Rowley, you know. This country really gone, you know.
Yeah, gone.
You go in a press conference, people ask you the question, you want to think in cost, you know. I'm Mr. Patrick Man warned me about that man. He warned the nation about that man arrogance. How he just get on. Mr. Washit, one more thing before I go.
Yeah.
All the good lady passed away in the fire, it's supposed to have stopped you.
What's up, what? Like he going, boy. What? Hey. KFC. KFC going, yes?
Wall Street Watch. What's the National Security Minister? 600 and something person die in the country. He ever go by one of them homes, so? That deceitful, ungrateful man, he have to go.
I think I have one more. Let me see if I have a next video here. Folks, put your closing quotes in the chat and your closing comments. Tommy, it was a sad day and there are many sad days that have been happening in Trinidad and Tobago over the last 10 years. And this sad day that happened just add on, Tommy, to the many other sad days that have gone by in Trinidad and Tobago. And the sad thing, Tommy, is that there is so much more to come under this current government. That is the sad thing. And I don't wish this on any families in Trinidad and Tobago. Because, you know, when will we get relief, Tommy? We already over they say we're already over 600 murders, you know. We crossed 600. And we don't want, at least I don't want the murder rate to continue to be high in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't want that. I want betterment for the company. Yeah. But you know something though? Mr. Intellectual. But Tommy, it's not going to be accomplished. You see what Errol Fabian says there? I think for a press conference, everybody, but you know, at least, Tommy, at least one person go show up to that press conference. At least one person.
Yeah, the pastor with the internet search engine name.
There we go. There we go. So, but you know what? I think that let he and the Prime Minister alone be there. Seriously. Let them don't go. Don't show up. And Errol Fabian is absolutely correct. You understand? Because without the media, he can't no press conference. Yeah, he can't no press conference. Let me see if I have any voice note here. I want to say I'm playing the voice notes. I think that is it. Yeah. Donna Ramluchan says, "May Miss Julian and the children rest in eternal peace. Good night, all." Yeah, yeah. I echo those sentiments, Donna. You know, I was saddened when I see what happened to her and her two kids. You know, me and Jean say a very depressing show tonight. You know something, Tommy? I want to ask me and Jean a question. This is really a serious question. Me and Jean worked in the fire department in Trinidad and Tobago, so I'm busting some of his files. Me and Jean, what is your take on what happened with regards to the fire department and the lack of appliances, I call it appliances, in order for them to do the job? Was this something that happened during your time as a fireman in Trinidad and Tobago? He don't like to call, so he ain't go call. But maybe he can put it in the chat. You know, what was his experience, Tommy? Is it the same, or has things gotten better? You know, I've always said, Tommy, that for the 75% of the time that any party has been power and Trinidad under the PNM, I could say the constituency of Chumaka, Laventilla, I grew up in, and Laventilla and environs have gotten worse under the PNM. Let me repeat that. Since I left Trinidad and Tobago in 1977, and when I go back home today, and I go, it doesn't have to be just Chumaka. It could be St. Barb's. It could be, you know, Red Hill. It could be Village Council. It could be Desperately Crescent. My experience is that those communities are worse now than it was 47 years ago. And for most of the years, the PNM been in power. And that is sad. So, Mr. Intellectual say you don't know who to believe, 600 or 583. But when lies are the order of the day, how is one able to determine the truth? Well, I simply do this. If I had to believe a number, I go take the TTPS number. And the TTPS is saying it's over 600, and the government is saying it's 584 or 586. How could you be so far? How could it be so much of a difference, Tommy, from one to the next?
Well, we know how they are able to sanitize the truth. So we just have to go along.
KFC.
Yeah, Mr. Worship. I want to say condolences to the family member down in Steelers down there, my constituency there. A 2-year-old passed away. He jumped in a pool, boy. Yeah, one of the big dog pool now, Berkey pool now, boy.
Oh, okay.
But I see the minister run down there. Scott like down the constituency. And should I love to order, should I love for that minister there? The woman should I love down there when the election time and give them a red jersey, a cold chubby and a hot roti and a flag. You would I love 20 grams Mr. Was shit that people crying out too. Those should have deceitful love there, and they didn't care about the citizens and them in this country. Yeah. So what should I look for listening? But my data, I use the data, but up to now the internet service in come up my box now, right? So they're coming in and out now.
All right.
Tomorrow. I'll spell like a look for again. Love and respect for your uncle Tommy.
All the time. Mean Jean says the Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service has always lacked efficient modern day appliances, even in my day back in the 1970s. You hear that, Tommy? The Trinidad and Tobago Fire Service have always lacked efficient modern day appliances, even in my day back in the 1970s.
I'm not surprised.
And we are in 2024. And
50 odd years.
Boy, 54 years. And we just taking it from the 70s, 1970s. You know what I'm saying? And that is sad. That is sad. And how much budget have gone through the Ministry of National Security? What was the budget last year? The budget this year for the Ministry of National Security. The budget for the Ministry of National Security was $6.113 billion. $6 billion. National security. That was the budget. $6 billion. And you tell me they can't get that right? Lucky ourselves, Wall Street is sad to say, but it's 6 or 7 murders. Look, 6 or 7. We can't get that right? Boy, I tell you, we need to get rid of all of them. Every single one of them have to go. All of them. All of them. All of them go and sit down on the bench like the Belmont midfielder. Let them sit down on the bench. They might take about a decade on the bench. That is what they have to do. A decade on the bench. That is the philosophy, you know. We have to put them on the bench. Put them on the bench. Let them sit down on the bench for a little bit. Because that is the only way they will learn, you know. If you keep them in government, they go get worse, you know. They ain't going to get better. They're not getting better. They go get more pompous and more arrogant. You see, like Fitzgerald Hines, you call him and he's telling you about, you have to send him a message. When you send him messages, he reads it and he just ignores it.
And ignores it, and then act as though nobody ever tried to get in touch with him. And some of the people in the chat who believe him, they are just as bad because he's very untruthful.
Well, what do you expect from them? If the leader does lie, a fish doesn't rot from the tail. If the leader is always telling lies, I've sent Fitzgerald several messages. Several. Do you know what he says? I ain't talking to them. Them little bacchanalists. Them in the diaspora is bacchanalists. Because we're not pro-PNM and we tell the truth. You don't want to talk to them. You want to go and talk to the pastor with the internet search engine so you could ask them little softball questions. Yeah, Mr. Hines. Yeah. That's what you like. Folks, you're going to go for a break. Don't forget, put your closing comments in the chat, your closing quotes, or you could send your voice note. All right, we'll be right back. Stick and stay. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington. We'll be right back after this. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM. You are listening to WZYE LP 95.9 FM, the most influential name in Caribbean radio in the tri-state area. Broadcasting from East Orange, New Jersey, the most influential name in Caribbean radio. WZYE 95.9 FM.
We are back with you. It's In the Village with Uncle Tommy, Professor Washington U on WZYE 95.9 FM. We come to you every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. That's every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 10 p.m. Go ahead, Tommy. Closing comment?
This is from Desmond Tutu. I guess most people know who Desmond Tutu is. And he says, my humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. Like I always say, you have to become that change that you want to see. You, the man in the mirror. However, when you look in that mirror, if you don't like what you see, you cannot blame the mirror. Never look down on a person unless you're giving them a hand up. Like I always say, be safe out there. Love you all. See you tomorrow, God willing. Till then, good night.
Thank you, Tommy. Here's my closing quote.
Remove from my path everything that prevents me from prospering. Keep me away, Lord, from distractions, doubts, and people who do not bring peace. May all fear, negativity, and insecurity be removed from my life so that I can follow the path you have prepared for me. Give me discernment to recognize what I need to leave behind and the courage to walk away from everything that does me no good. Guide my steps with your wisdom, leading me to opportunities that bring growth, peace, and fulfillment. Lord, strengthen my heart with patience and trust so that I never give up on my dreams, even in the face of challenges. Teach me to walk with humility and faith, knowing that true victory comes from you. Bless my days, Father, with your presence and the certainty that I am never alone. May your light illuminate every decision, driving away the shadows of doubt and drawing me closer to your grace. May I prosper in everything I do, but may my heart remain forever grateful and humble. Thank you, Lord, for protecting me, for being my refuge and shield. May every obstacle overcome be proof of your care and a step toward the abundant life you have prepared for me. Let my journey be marked by your love, your peace, and the guidance of your Spirit. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. If this prayer touched your heart, share it with someone who needs words of hope and faith. Leave your amen in the comments, and together, let's spread the light and love of God.
So from where I said this is it, the clock in the wall said that's all I like to say, but I'm not to remember. Hard work beats talent. When talent does not work hard, and for every 60 seconds of anger, you lose 1 minute of happiness. Remember, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. Let me see closing comments in the chat. Lucky Lal says, closing comments is pleasant night rest to all, and let's pray that tomorrow awaits us. The murder rate is 607. How many more must die? All right, I think we go play that one juke tonight. How many more must die? Donna Ramluchan said, may Miss Julian and her children rest in eternal peace. Amen. Fox closing comment: if a company did not file annual return for 5 years with the amnesty to have to pay $200 to stay registered, David Mohammed UNBS did not file for 10 years, $400. For limited liability companies, sole traders do not file annual returns. Okay. And we put a positive comment at all. Hanif says, that's the artist speaking truth to power, Errol. They're going to hate you for that. Mr. Intellectual closing comment: critical thinking allow one to see the value of criticism constructively. So, folks, we are out of here, and we're going to use a song by Duke to go out tonight. KFC inside.
Yeah, Mr. Washington, all the rap gonna be. Mr. Washington, you get some good commentary next year. Go spell live, boy. Collect culture, nothing to sing about.
Where you matter?
Let's wait till they see that. I God, man.
Yeah, man. Bless. Them ain't gonna do that. So, folks, I'm gonna make sure there's no more closing comments in the chat. All right, folks, we are out of here. We're gonna go out with this one here. Since I saw this in the chat, this is an old one by Duke.
We see on the news each day, human lives are blown away. Mothers and fathers crying, burying their dead and dying. How many more, I hear them say? Death is the highest price. Death is the total sacrifice. Yep, brothers rather commit suicide than continue with apartheid. I just beg me, Father, each day. Tell me, Father, tell me, how many more must die? How many more? How many more must die? How many more? How many more must die for liberty? Well, how many more before you set South Africa free, Mr. Botha? How many more must die? How many more, Mistress Thatcher? How many more must die? How many more, Mr. Reagan? How many more must die for their dignity? Well, how many more before you set South Africa free? Demand, I quote, is simply one man, one vote. But this was Mr. Botha's answer. Bullets, tear gas, and murder. Every day is a massacre. Then he publicly stated his view. He said, black people like me and you will always be dominated and forcibly subjugated, and will have no say in South Africa. Help we, Father, help we. How many more must die? How many more? How many more must die? How many more? How many more must die for their liberty? Well, how many more before they set South Africa free? Mr. Botha, how many more must die? How many more? How many more must die? How many more? How many more must die for their dignity? Well, how many more before we set South Africa free, Mistress Thatcher? Today is just a short fuse away from a total confrontation between the black and white man. We want with freedom, the people say. They have made it very plain. No more turning back again. Freedom is the only answer. No compromise, no surrender. Lord, I see it death in South Africa. Help we, Father, help we. How many more must die? How many more? How many more must die? How many more? How many more must die for their liberty? Lord, how many more before they set South Africa free, Mr. Botha? How many more must die? How many more? How many more must die? How many more? How many more must die for their liberty? Lord, how many more before they set South Africa free, Mistress Thatcher? democracy, now exposed for all to see. They're going to the greatest extreme to protect their racist regime while extending their sympathy to we. But history will denounce the shame. I say they're the ones to blame, protecting their vested interests, impeding the black man's progress, the so-called gods of democracy. Murder, Mr. Voter, how many more must die? How many more? How many more must die? How many more? How many more must die for their liberty? Lord, how many more before they set South Africa free? Mr. Voter, how many more must die? How many more? Mistress Thatcher, how many more must die? How many more? Mr. Reagan, how many more must die for their dignity? Lord, how many more before you set South Africa free? Tell me, how many more must die? How many more? How many more must die? How many more? How many more must die for their liberty? Lord, how many more before you set South Africa free? Tell me.